peace and power. It is Khamsin the Oracle, one whole Remnants Gathering, aka Weirdo Gang Gang. I just wanted to jump on here really quick and just express to you something that I have been feeling, and maybe you are feeling it too, but can't really put words to it. But I just feel like something happened. Something happened within the universe that someone is making sure that they don't allow us to find out about it. Things feel off with the situation going on with different people within the conscious community, with things going on like with Nature Boy going to jail and all of that. It popped up. And I was just like, it's nothing to me, because I had already foreseen this happening. I told, for those of you who've been following me for a while, I told y'all about this, right? Told you about the dreams that I was having, and we're here now. And it just felt uncomfortable. I couldn't even bear to hear 10 seconds of whatever was being said from that court case. So, if you're sensitive to energy like me, or you're empathic, a psychic medium, a star seed, you're developing your gifts. Maybe you're studying with us in the New You Mystery School, or maybe you have been working with me in my womb mentorship program in the Dark Goddess University. But be careful about what you are allowing to go into your ear gates and your eye gates, to go into your mind right now, to affect your heart and your soul. It is so much control and manipulation going on right now. People are wearing masks. Some body snatching shit is going on. Y'all must remember that we are stars, right? We are the microcosm of the macrocosm. And so when you look at the universe right now, the universe is doing things that physicists can't even explain. Stars are being created left and right. Shout out to Eris. Thank you for Adora for sending that to me about the stars, because I've been looking at that, and it's nothing new under the sun, y'all. I mean, you can see the pictures here. Like, we've already learned how to do all of these things and destroyed the world, and we're back here again. This is not the same planet that you grew up on. We have rainbow tarantulas and rainbow all types of insects. We have pink and purple squirrels and elephants now. We have pink and fuchsia crickets. I mean, it's just... We have rainbow grasshoppers. You can go look it up. I didn't really feel like digging it up, but I mean, this is the underworld, as I have been saying since 2006. We have people like Trump, who president, and he got Lil Wayne, helping him. I mean, it's like, really, this is the most fucking incredible movie I have ever seen in my life, and I'm experiencing it. And so with all of this Stargate portal manipulation, what's happening is they're intentionally triggering our trauma to amplify it. Because when we get upset now, guess what? It gives them power. The archons feed off of us, and then AI has more power to do what it is doing. This shit is really this serious, y'all. This digital magic shit that I've been talking about for a little minute is happening. So be careful about what you allow yourself to listen to. People have other agendas. There are entities attached to people, and those entities are going to just put you in a loop with your trauma. So it's going to amplify what you're already dealing with. So this was the reason that we made the dark crystal elixir that you can find on the website. It's charged with Herkimer diamonds. It's super strong. You can ask anybody who got some. Like, Florida water is great. Sage is great. Palo Santo is great. Citrine is great for removing negative energy. Tourmaline. I can go on and on and on. But the dark crystal elixir combines it all. And so I highly recommend this right now, just so you have a buffer that's around your auric field to protect you, especially if you are cultivating your gifts, because we are who they are attacking. Okay, so remember, Betelgeuse is doing exorcisms on the planet right now. And so there are people that maybe it seemed like they're a whole different person than they was before, and you can't even put your finger on it, but you like, I don't know who this person is. This is not the same person. It's something off. Well, people are having walk-ins left and right. People are getting mounted left and right. The most dangerous people I have found to be around are people who live in unconsciousness most of the time. The subconscious mind controls over 90% of what happens in your life, and it completely bypasses your conscious mind. So for people who are not studying these things, and even worse, people who think gnosis, occult, and apotheosis is evil, those are the people that are getting hacked and hijacked left and right. Or and so I don't want to trigger people into fear, but as the oracle, this is what I do. I express what I'm seeing happening on a collective level. So be very careful. Be choosy. You want to be a choosy lover, right? A choosy self-lover. And if you have to protect yourself and enforce boundaries in ways maybe you never have before, maybe like me, you grew up in abuse and it's super hard for you to enforce your boundaries at times, and it's difficult for you to say no to people, and you feel like you have to always say yes to people because we've been trained like that. We were programmed like that. Many of us were raised to earn the love of a God by not committing sin, which means the love was conditional. So when did you ever get a chance to unconditionally love you? So if you are listening to self-realization and self-deification, you are investing in you, and you are not investing your energy in other people's philosophies and ideas, but you're searching for what resonates with your heart. When I went to my cards and I pulled Tiamat, I was like, oh, this makes so much sense. I've been telling y'all, you might can't see it, but we're swimming in primordial waters of chaos right now. I knew not much about Noon. Noon came to me before the year started and gave me some information. I haven't even released a lot of it yet. And I've been working with Noonette. I have also been working with Set. I have been working with Sekhmet. I have been working with Makali. I have been working with Gahasta. I have been working with Bagalamuki. I have been working with China Master. I have been consulting with Isis, All Set, Anana. Like, I've been consulting with these many different frequencies. I'm not going to even call them gods and goddesses. Right? And so they are all telling me the same thing. So, I'm going to read a little bit about this card to you, but it says this: don't get swept away. You love everything to be how you want it to be, and you have tendencies to want to be in control, forgetting that this isn't always the way of the world. You have the best of intentions, but your need of power has to be relinquished. Tiamat swims through the primordial seas of chaos to urge you to surrender, for she knows all too well the catastrophic consequences that control can bring. Allowing all to unfold naturally will ensure that any outcome will turn out in perfect order. More often than not, better than anyone could have imagined. This means that instead of trying to dominate every situation to turn out your way, you can relax and enjoy the process. If you dare let go, that is. Being controlled by another, however, has been monstrous for you. Tiamat offers to assist you in this instance in regaining sovereignty in your life. So dry your salty tears and allow your authority to finally surface. Now, this is some of the foresight from this. Of course, this represents the totalitarian and technocracy, right? Those algorithms of control, we call them spiritual concentration camps, where our astral and our ethereal bodies are being influenced, right? As above, so below. You remember, a lot of us are so judgmental and probably don't even know that when I speak about dark goddesses, in the beginning, even I had a side eye with them, but it was crazy because I'm like, why in the hell am I not looking at these Frosted Flakes that I've been eating and giving to my kids with the side eye? Why do I feel this goddess is darker and has some type of wicked intention? And I went to church every day, and now I know that he was molesting other people other than me. Like, why? It's strange, So it's like the dark goddesses are the ones who get the worst reputation to not trust, when indeed they are the motherfucking creators of everything seen and unseen. It is a feminine energetic principle that is being described, and this is where real protection is. And unfortunately, most people that I talk to say, I'm afraid. I'm afraid to deal with that. I'm afraid to deal with her. I'm afraid of how Kali looks. I'm afraid of how vicious segments mythology is, not realizing that if you do not choose to be in the eye of the storm, you are actually exposing yourself to more harm. These goddesses are the ones that rule over the kingdom of death. They rule over the kingdom of rebirth. So how do we intend to rebirth ourselves? Yet the primordial waters, those energies that brought forth creation, we're afraid of them or judgmental of them or don't even trust them. But who are you listening to? What have you been eating? Are you wearing clothes made in China? Do you trust that? You have to stop and ask yourself, does this really make sense? Or am I feeling fear because the 3D matrix simulation, the holograph, is controlled by the archons and the media god to manipulate us, to keep us in the frequency of fear around things that would actually empower us to break free from the matrix? Just ask yourself that. You are more powerful than you think. Enforce some authority, because people are trying to influence you and you know it. Walk away from those who do not serve your highest interest. Reclaim your power. Investigate your past lives to heal fears of persecution, because some of us feel this fear because we were killed for this same gnosis in a past life. Are you really, really willing to come back here and start all over again? Or are you ready now to set aside your fear, put it in your back pocket and take it with you wherever you're going? That's the question. So this is where we are. I have so many other channel messages that I will be putting out. Most of those will not be here on YouTube. Those will be on Patreon. So, make sure that you follow the links in the description so that you can go check that out, or follow the link in the bio if you're listening to this on IG. I know y'all feel it too. And I'm not telling y'all to trust me, because shit, I don't have it all together. I'm not perfect and I'm still working on it. But what I do know is, because of my integrity and because of my consistency and me offering my insight for those who are open to receive it. It's okay for those who don't. But I'm telling y'all, some body snatching happened in the last 24 hours. And you want to make sure that you are investing your energy in something that's not going to bite you in the ass later. Wetiko is not an illusion. Wetiko is a real virus, a real mind virus. And because everybody on the planet that have a soul have an increased amount of magic that's accessible to them because of what's happening in the cosmos as well, if you do not have disciplines in place and information and accountability, you become dangerous. So we want to bring mindfulness. We want to be more conscious. And we want to continue to detox negativity, pessimism, negative perceptions. This is the end of the world. Why are we still arguing with people? This is the time right here to love radically, starting with loving you. And when you do that, the people that you attract into your reality won't be people who will not respect your boundaries, won't be people who will judge you because you have an ancestor altar, or because you identify as a dark goddess, because this is your form of spiritual protection. So for those of you who are still dealing with a lot of that, it's just because you're going through the transition. So just release the judgment, and you cannot micromanage Mama Earth. You can't micromanage the universe. You can't set boundaries. You can't say this is too much. Let's stop right here. It's just too much right now. I just need some time to rejuvenate. It is imperative that you do this, because as the Kundalini is being awakened to assist us to break through some of these blockages, our body needs to rest, because we are not adapted to handling this amount this high frequency energy that is inside of us that is being activated by what's happening, by the chaos. So we're on a planet now where they turn humans, children, and even babies into 5G towers, supposedly. Again, this is a movie I'm talking about, right? This is the simulated movie. We need to come up with a name for this movie. Let's come up with a name for this movie, because I mean, this movie is pretty. This is the most creative movie I have ever seen. Y'all help us come up with a name. Just start dropping some names below what we can call this shit. But we're here now. And if this is going on with you and people even inside your home, a lot of us wanted our third eye open. It's open now, and we're seeing and feeling shit that we don't know how to deal with. And go back, binge watch the videos. If you don't have money to get into the new Youth Mystery School right now, we have free programs, free courses, free webinars on how to be the things that rise from the ashes. We did over 1,000 videos. Mostly, I have done most of them. And earnest is a huge help. But we are being purged, y'all. You cannot hold on anymore to the things that are killing you and that are toxic. We have 5D towers and 5G towers in the form of human bodies. This is the Karmageddon. This is it. And this is the time now for you to activate your I-divinity and begin releasing your identity. And as you can see, I don't want to be a hypocrite. I take my fear with me everywhere I go. And there are some things that I'm about to do that make me super nervous, but I'm going to do them. And I'm not going to be ashamed. I'm not going to be embarrassed. I'm not going to hide the fact that I'm nervous. And when I'm afraid, there's no need in hiding it. It's all coming out. The collective shadow is purging as we are purging individually. But with that purging, that means that there are a lot of entities that we are releasing that are looking for a home. Okay? So don't make yourself a home for them. Once you clean that shit out of you, put something else in its place. Get your self-care routine back on board. Stop looking outside of you for love and anything that you need. Everything is within. Nurture, cultivate, nurture, cultivate. Masculines getting their ass tore up on the planet right now because of what happened with the patriarchy. The way women have been raped and murdered and killed. It's just so much. And even that good old demigod in that movie. Yeah, he thought he was going to just get away scot-free, it seems. And the minions that work with him. But as we can see, no. The pendulum always swings back. So you make sure that you are taking care of you the best way that you can. And if you have trauma brain like me, and you are healing that, there's no shame in that. But there are people who will support you and not judge you. And in our sacred space, that's what we do. So go check us out. We have new merch as well. I'm going to drop that in here. And we have some things that'll help you to protect your energy field as well. I'm not going to say any more than that. But yes, Patreon, I'm completely uncensored, and all of the stuff that's been banned is there as well. So head on over there, because as we get deeper into this underworld energy, it is going to get more chaotic. And if you're only dealing with people who can only deal with angels, love, and light, 9 times out of 10, that love and light that they think is love and light is not. It's pseudo love and it's false light. And you can tell because the heart knows what's real. It bypasses the logical mind, and you feel it in your second brain, which is your gut. All right? Man, your third eye has just been kissed. Peace and power.